Going live with Hyperledger Fabric is more than a technical milestone. It is a risk decision. In this section, we'll use a practical readiness framework to connect architecture, governance, compliance, privacy, operations, and security before production launch. So far, we've built the full Fabric picture: architecture, smart contracts, application integration, infrastructure, operations, governance, identity, privacy, and compliance. Now we bring those pieces together into one readiness question. Can this network safely support real organizations, real transactions, and the regulatory expectations of production? Think of production readiness as an enterprise gate, not a deployment checklist. The question is whether the Fabric network can carry real users, real transactions, and real consequences safely. That decision spans business value, operations, security, legal, compliance, and consortium governance. In Fabric, it also includes shared identity trust, chain code review, cross-organization controls, and resilience. The goal is not zero risk. It is risk that is understood, accepted, monitored, and actively managed. Risk in a Fabric production network is not one thing. It appears across the consortium, infrastructure, identities, chain code, integrations, compliance obligations, vendors, and performance expectations. A useful readiness review treats these as distinct ownership areas. Governance teams handle decision rights and disputes. Operations teams handle outages, monitoring, and scale. Security teams manage certificates and access. Developers and architects validate chain code, APIs, regulations, and third-party dependencies. Categorizing risk makes blind spots visible before launch. In a consortium network, governance is an operational control, not just a legal formality. Every participant must know who can approve changes, what quorum is required, and how urgent decisions are made. That includes onboarding, suspension, offboarding, chain code updates, incidents, outages, and compliance requests. Weak governance creates delay exactly when speed matters most. Production-ready governance defines authority in advance, aligns it with consortium agreements, and gives teams clear escalation paths when something goes wrong. Operational risk is where a well-designed Fabric network meets reality. The question is not only does it work, it is does it keep working under pressure? Validate high availability across peers, orderers, CAs, databases, ingress, storage, and DNS. Continuously measure latency, endorsement failures, commit time, health, and utilization. Then stress test realistic workloads, including private data and event consumers. Finally, prove backup and disaster recovery against clear RTO and RPO targets. Identity is the control plane for trust in Fabric. Every organization, application, admin, and user should move through a governed lifecycle: request, approval, enrollment, active use, renewal, revocation, and audit. Validate MSP definitions, CA protection, node OU settings, enrollment secrets, and private key storage. Then test the uncomfortable cases: expired certificates, compromised keys, offboarding, and privilege removal. Production readiness means access can be granted deliberately, monitored continuously, and removed immediately. Smart contract risk is different from ordinary application risk because bad logic can become shared, endorsed, and hard to unwind. Treat chain code as business policy in code. Review whether execution is deterministic, inputs are validated, permissions are enforced, and errors are handled safely. Then test the data model: keys, queries, indexes, private collections, and purge rules. Finally, validate endorsement and upgrade workflows. No production chain code should be committed without review, automated tests, integration tests, and a rollback plan. Fabric usually operates inside a larger enterprise ecosystem. Its reliability depends on ERP systems, APIs, identity services, cloud platforms, databases, key management, analytics, and partner applications all behaving as expected. Treat those connections as production risks, not just technical plumbing. Map what is critical, assign owners, define service levels, and test failure modes such as timeouts, duplicate events, delayed messages, and schema changes. Also document vendor support paths, data terms, and exit options before you need them. At this point, risk management becomes a launch gate, not just a conversation. Each control should have evidence, an owner, and a clear status: ready, in progress, blocked, or accepted as risk. Cover the full operating model: security, operations, governance, and response. The goal is not to create paperwork. It is to make sure everyone agrees the service can be run safely, supported effectively, and recovered quickly if something goes wrong. Before go live, testing has to prove the network is production ready, not just that chain code returns the right result. Validate the full path: smart contract logic, integrations, endorsement behavior, identities, access rules, security controls, performance, and recovery. Include failure cases as well, such as expired certificates, revoked users, unavailable endorsing peers, and disaster recovery events. The final gate is evidence: results captured, risks accepted, issues assigned, and remediation tracked before anyone calls the Fabric network ready. Go live is not a single button press. It is a controlled transition from validated environments into production. Start by choosing the rollout model: phased, regional, participant by participant, pilot, or full cutover. Then confirm every participant is ready, including identities, endpoints, approvals, support paths, and operating procedures. During cutover, coordinate channel setup, chain code deployment, data migration, integrations, and event listeners. Define go/no-go criteria, rollback triggers, communication windows, and hypercare monitoring before launch begins. Even a strong go-live plan needs a safety net. Imagine a new participant is onboarded and endorsement failures start appearing in production. The team should detect the alert quickly, triage whether it is chain code, certificate, policy, or integration related, and escalate to the right owners. Mitigation may mean rollback, configuration correction, or temporary traffic controls. Hypercare keeps monitoring tight, communication frequent, and every incident captured for root cause review. Readiness has to be maintained, not declared once. As the network changes, repeat the cycle. Identify new risks, assess impact, assign accountable owners, mitigate and test controls, review evidence, and update governance. That includes quarterly audits, certificate and MSP reviews, chain code checks, penetration testing, and post-incident retrospectives. Keep the risk register alive with severity, deadlines, mitigation status, and accepted residual risk. This is how Fabric operations stay trustworthy over time. Production readiness is not a single approval. It is coordinated risk review, governance, testing, go-live planning, support, and rollback discipline. After launch, audits and control reviews keep the network trustworthy. Next, we'll apply this framework to enterprise use cases and a regulated supply chain reference architecture.